Okay, right on. I'm personally I'm anti-abortion.
Why do you value human life?
I know as well. I
It's
guess because I'm naive and I don't.
It's just a
want to get
massive
into the New
cells.
World Order.
And I believe in abortion up into the 45th year.
What, do you work for the UN?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, you know. So yes, my argument, I guess, can be perceived as biased because I am.
Everybody's biased, though, so relax.
But I'm not anti-abortion for the typical reasons. Like I view the world exactly the way that I view the world, as far as nothing ever happening for any one reason.
Right.
There's always multiple reasons. My personal philosophies in life often are the same, as far as how I kind of live my life. Most decisions that I make are usually based on multiple reasons. I never just kind of try to avoid that whole black and white thing, because for me, as far as I'm concerned, that's an illusion. So I kind of got a little bit. I got so deep.
Well, okay.
I can't dig myself out.
Let me recap on that. He's talking about why the origins of abortion and how that all came to be, like the hot topics, etc. So I'm pretty sure he's giving us a history lesson, because that seems like where it was going. Right.
Yeah. Pretty much. And so as far as my beliefs on abortion and being anti-abortion, are not just for religious reasons. However, I'm sure most people know I am a Christian. It also has to do...
Hell satin.
Has to do more so. Hell satin. Hail velvet.
I like velvet.
I had a crush on... What is this, velvet? You ever watch Seinfeld?
Oh, I did a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm a Seinfeld junkie. But if anyone who watches Seinfeld, you'll get the reference. But anyway...
do you see what I did there? I sidetracked you again.
You bastard.
Hell satin.
Devil's advocate. Yes, my anti-abortion stance is partially rooted in my faith, but it also has to do with common sense in regards to history. And if you just study a little bit of history, you see that most of the major players, as far as world leaders, and both not only domestically but also in regards to foreign policy, have always had a eugenics bent.
Mindset. Yes,
absolutely. And most notably,
explain what eugenics is, by the way, just like a small, because not everybody's going to be familiar with that.
Okay. Well, eugenics is basically, in layman's terms, it's the scientific process of eliminating specific human traits, in the belief that eventually you can create a perfect race, just like Hitler did, and so on. Yep. So Hitler was more on an extreme level of eugenics, but it's all basically the same thing. It's basically just scientists
is eugenics
of one kind or another basically eliminating what they consider to be inferior.
Absolutely.
Genetic traits. But we're talking about everything from being an African American to not having a particularly high IQ, or also levels of mental illness as well, and homosexuality, things of that nature. And one of the most famous not Western, but American eugenicists was Margaret Sanger. And to anyone who doesn't know, Margaret Sanger was the woman who created Planned Parenthood.
Oh, man. History lesson in effect.
Right. So we're talking about the 1940s, early 1940s. And if you go online and look at her writings and her own personal memoirs and manifestos and things like that, that's the main overarching theme. As far as her philosophies in life is promoting eugenics and the killing off, first and foremost, as always, the African American or the Negro, as she refers to them, and then any other undesirables, in air quotes, that again being people with low IQs or whatever the case may be. Yep. There's a great article from the Washington Post you can actually find online if you Google it. I don't remember the exact name of the quote, but it's something about Margaret Sanger being a racist and eugenicist. It is actually part of the title of that article. It's pretty easy to find. So I definitely recommend looking it up. It's got about 10 or 12 actual quotes from letters that she sent back and forth to world leaders and stuff that's in her own memoirs, and just blatantly anti-human, racist, horrible stuff. And so again, going back to the fact that she's also the person who founded Planned Parenthood, which is, to those of you who don't know, which if you haven't, if you don't know, that you've been living under a rock, but they are the main organization and advocates of abortion here in the United States. I was talking to one person online that was debating with, and they made the point that, it's something that happened a long time ago. We're talking about the 40s, and doesn't necessarily apply now. Something that happened so long ago doesn't necessarily apply now.
Oh, it all applies.
Well, and my thing was, okay, maybe they don't like Margaret Sanger did. They don't now say, hey, we want to wipe out Negroes and other undesirables. Of course, they don't say that now.
Oh, dude,
but their actions. If we as a society believe that actions speak louder than words. And then you look at the fact that Planned Parenthood, every abortion clinic, where they located, within walking distance of every ghetto in the United States.
Do you not remember a few years back there was an actual video caught where they were admitting to what you just described?
Right. Yes, I know. I have seen that video. Yeah.
You probably still see it on YouTube.
What do you remember? What it's called?
I don't. This is going back years. You just triggered the memory. But the founding, this white lady, is just like super racist, and she works there, and she's talking about eliminating people that are of other ethnicities.
Well, it's because there's this whole trendy mindset and thought that's obviously being pushed, especially, unfortunately, on the left, on the far left. And most times it's the extreme left, certainly, but still, it's
liberal people.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning. That people aren't worth anything, and the earth would be better off if we weren't here, and things like that. It's like, so do you realize that what you're saying is that you're willing to kill yourself off? If you want to kill yourself out, knock yourself out.
Well, first of all, if you've listened to the new Taylor Swift song, then yes, you do want to kill yourself. There will be
under those circumstances,
I think the CDC is releasing a kit that suicide kit. And it's just a heightened form of fluoride poisoning, and the song will not play in your head after you flatline.
Intravenous fluoride.
This episode was brought to you by abortion. If you're listening to it, we failed.
This episode was brought to you by Planned Parenthood.
Okay, it's really not. We don't believe that.
Yeah,
but
definitely not.
To get back on track, though, the eugenics philosophy, it's just amazing that people don't realize that little sweet piece of history. A very good friend of mine, and I'll call her Gangsta M.
Well, before you get to that, I'm sorry. Before you get, I just wanted to make the final point that I made during that discussion, and you tell your part. I wanted to wrap that part up before I forgot.
Spit it out, man. Spit it. I'm loaded.
I was digging. You don't understand. I've been digging for it this whole time we've been sitting here. But my final point to that was, look, let's take out the moral argument part of it. Let's take out the potentially religious part, because then the argument went to a point of the typical what nobody really knows if the child, the embryo, the fetus. Thank you. How at what point is it considered a human? So as far as the whole moral Christian view,
after 65 years of age is the answer.
So my point is this, though. Okay, here's the thing. And from this person's own words, who shall remain nameless, the main what I mostly got from that sentence was, we don't know, right?
Yep.
We don't know if the fetus is alive at this point or this point. We don't know. Operative word here, as far as I'm concerned, is we don't know. So if you don't know whether or not that fetus at that point is considered a human being, then wouldn't it stand to reason logically that you probably shouldn't kill it?
Yes.
Because you don't know. You see what I'm saying? That's my whole point. Is just logically, I mean, call me crazy, but that's just what makes the most sense to me logically. If you don't know, I don't know if that's a human being or not. So you're telling me, I don't know if that's a human being or not, so because I don't know, kill it.
And, I have to touch on it because this is the argument of people that are very pro-abortion. It's almost like they want to get pregnant just so they can kill the baby, the people that hold that real specific stance. But, the cases of rape, incest, etc. make up 0.00 something of the actual abortions that do take place here.
And I think we're gonna.
And that's why.
If anyone who has the exact statistic there
of rape and incest versus I couldn't keep my legs shut, I got drunk at a party,
right.
I was out clubbing, I'm not sure which guy it was, he tricked me, he said he loved me,
right.
Those cases were no.
I would genuinely like to know the exact number on that percentage point, so if somebody can look that up and let us know, shoot us an IM or give us a call at Not today, but next episode.
You can
call
text
at
us.
754-999-0468. You can call into the show. On that point, and I hope I didn't offend anybody too much. You know what? As a matter of fact,
I hope I did offend somebody.
I don't care if I offended you. Actually, to be honest, because like I said before and have said before, political correctness is a cancer. So I don't care if I offended you or not. It is what it is. Truth is truth. If you're scared by it or if it hurts you, then maybe it struck a chord in you, which is what it's supposed to do. So good.
Can I throw in my little thing about the Gangsta M? She
Did you say Gangster M?
Gangsta M. GANGSTA, capital M. So that's the way that I keep from using people's actual names who may not want their names out there. But Gangsta M, she did this deep research on the origins of eugenics, and she is actually she has an Oriental and I think black background. I'm not sure what her complete mix is, and her husband is black, and it's very interesting because usually the minority group is the one that is very supportive of abortion. Right. Believe it or not.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And in her case, she's like, this is where it comes from. This is what it is. Margaret Sanger was a racist, this and that, who just wanted black people dead. And she thought the way to do that was by killing off babies. And she just called it how it is. So I give props to her because she fed me a lot of information.
Right on, man. That's awesome. All right, so on that note, we're just going to take a really quick commercial break here. We're not signing off or anything. The show's actually going to continue from here, so just let it keep playing. And we'll be right back in probably about 5 minutes here with our call-in guest, Vince Urrabazo from the Vindicated Show. So please stick around for that. We'll be right back. Hello friends, Robert here with LTF, Let's Talk Freedom Radio, here to talk to you about one of our sponsors, Helios Microwater. If you're anything like me, you probably don't want to be poisoned and killed and dumbed down by your government by drinking their fluoride-filled tap water. If that's the case, then might I suggest Helios Microwater. So what is Helios Microwater? Microwater is the product of mild electrolysis, which takes place in the microwater unit. Microwater is treated tap water that has not only been filtered, but has also been reformed in that it provides reduced water with a large mass of electrons that can be donated to activate oxygen in the body to block the oxidation of normal cells, while at the same time purifying your water and removing bacteria, fluoride, and other harmful chemicals. So find Helios Water online at helioswatergroup, the number 5, .webs.com, and call or click